How's it going, everyone? It's Ben with RGBG5 back again with another, just kind of an update, initial thoughts video. We are at 4,055 miles now. The last one I did was at 2,001 miles, I think, if I want to be precise. Since then I've noted a few things that I wanted to kind of go over, some negative, positive, and also the upgrade that I just did, which would be the Mountune air intake, the upgraded air intake filter. But let's start with the first thing I had on my list. It is unfortunately a negative, but it's not that big of a deal, and I think I found a solution, and that would be the wind noise that you get when you put the windows down. In my old SI, when I'd put the windows down, now it was a coupe, so I think that has something to do with it, with how they engineer the car, but when I put my windows down, both of them, which I do a lot out here in Phoenix, instead of running the AC, you know, the wind noise was not that bad. In this car, if you cross 40-45 miles an hour, it's almost unbearable. And I usually just put the two front windows down. So I guess to fix that, what kind of fixes it is putting the back windows down. There's a massive Hankook tire there, it just got my attention. But when you put the back windows down, it definitely helps the sound noise. So that's the solution, but still, I feel like they should have engineered it to where even if you just put both front windows down, it should be bearable to, you know, to have them down. Next thing on my list, the miles per gallon sensor that, you know, on your I don't know, this little screen in between the speedometer and tachometer, it doesn't show, it's not showing a proper miles per gallon. Right now it's showing 82.4 average miles per gallon. I don't know what happened. It went from like the 26 that I was getting up to 99.9, so something's wrong with the sensor. I think I need to get that looked at, but it's kind of annoying. I'd like to know what kind of gas mileage I'm actually getting, and to see it not reading it right is really annoying, so need to get that fixed. But now let's move on to something a little more positive, and that is the Mountune air intake that I put in. So the Mountune, not the full air intake, but the Mountune high flow air filter. I did an install video, you can check that out in the link right here. But obviously it's a very easy install. You're just switching out the filter. However, it's a lot less restrictive. There's no cap on the end of it, and also it releases a lot of the turbo sound. You'll notice in the install video that the stock one is capped on the end. This one is not, and it just releases, oh, the blow-off valve sounds so good. I mean, when you're, you know, whether you're just doing a regular normal shift through a parking lot going 10 miles an hour, there's just a little bit more coming out of it. So I'm so happy with that upgrade, and I actually think I'm going to go out to the Mountune grand opening in California. The sales guys there have been awesome. I mean, even as simple as that purchase was, they're extremely knowledgeable, and Mountune just seems to be the best way to go because they're focused on Ford. So if you look at other companies like Cobb, which is extremely popular with Subaru, Ford, I'm sure there's others, but those are the two that come to mind up front. Mountune just seems to be focused on Ford, and they seem to be the closest to OEM spec. And what I mean by closest to OEM spec is the build quality, not necessarily how restrictive OEM can be. So the build quality is really there with Mountune, and that's what you want when you're putting parts in a brand new car like this. You don't want to put shit in it that's gonna you know, fail when you're driving under, you know, when you're driving in performance style, or, you know, just on a long trip, you know. So you definitely want to get stuff that's high grade quality, and that's what I see in Mountune, and that's why I'm going to continue to use their parts for just about anything I do to this Focus. So the next upgrade that I'm getting, and I had to write this down because I couldn't, would be the Mountune roll restrictor, and that is a rear motor mount. What this is going to do is help significantly reduce the wheel hop that you get in first and second gear. It's really frustrating because this car has a ton of power and so much torque that in those first couple gears it just can't put it down through the front wheels. It is possible though, and this motor mount is going to really help that, because when you rev an engine and you see it turn like this, that's the torque, and that's what this motor mount is going to do is kind of it's going to reduce the roll that the engine is putting out and put that energy more down through the ground through the wheels, and that's what the polyurethane part of the mount helps kind of soften all of that torque and better distribute it down through the wheels onto the road, which is going to make you go quicker and through the first and second gears where that has trouble putting the power down. So that's what that part's going to do. I think it's $159 on their site and it's free shipping, but my plan would be to go out there for their grand opening on April 9th and get them to install it, and hopefully I can film that and show you guys. I should be able to do that. They've been great with everything so far, so hopefully I can bring that to you. What else is on the list here? Okay, so we kind of covered everything, I guess, but one last thing I want to throw in there, and I'm sure I'll have extra comments after that, but is what does sport mode do? As far as I know, you hit the button, let's hit it right now. You hit the button, sport mode, and the little bar goes across the bottom like it's loading, and we're good. And then the light pops up and says traction control is off. I don't think the steering changes. I don't think the damping changes on the car. The only thing I can tell is that when I'm under heavy acceleration, that the torque steer seems to be heavily reduced and the tires are more free because the torque vectoring is turned off. I think it's turned off. It feels a lot different. So I couldn't really find a strong answer on that. What I saw was the shocks get, damping gets a little more aggressive, and obviously the traction control comes off, but I mean, is that it? I mean, that's kind of, I feel like there should be a little bit more there, but too late for that. I mean, the car is already created. I just want to know exactly what it does. So if anyone has an answer on that, please put a link below or just explain it to me and let me know where you got that information from, because I just want to know for sure. So, but yeah, that's about it. Again, it's another Saturday. I'm going to hit some balls, going to a spring training game later today. Going to see the Cubs versus the Giants. Not really a fan of either of them. I'm a Pirates fan, but it'll be nice. The weather's nice, and yeah, also crossed 1,000 subscribers, I think, since I last posted, so thank you to everyone that's subscribing. I'm doing my best to post more videos and grow the channel and find things that are going to be interesting to all of you, but also things that I just like doing. So thank you for watching, and see you soon.
See, I go all around the world, and everywhere I go, I'm making sure I bring my girl. I gotta keep her happy.